I just wondered if you were, if you wanted to raise or
Replace your head extra smooth touch.
I'll have a word with one of the passengers and I'll try and get one of you in, okay?
We need both of us in, not just one of us.
Excuse me, we're about to move, please, because we need room for a wheelchair.
But I'll book these seats,
I'm
mate.
sorry, but we need more space for a wheelchair.
Oh, bloody trains.
Hello, we are some of the members from the Norfolk Youth Forum.
My name's Daniel.
Hi, I'm Jenna.
I'm Chris.
I'm Mark.
I'm Tony. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Edward.
Last year, Tara Flood said in regards to education how important it was for the Youth Forum to be part of NCODP, as we're the ones facing the social stereotypes and barriers. Young people at the moment have lots of stereotypes and barriers to overcome, and we are the ones who have to deal with these issues and decisions, and so it's important for there to be a Youth Forum present. We want to change the face of campaigning, and we want to do things that get out there and change things and break down social stereotypes. The way we're doing things is new and different, but they seem to be working on some level, and we believe that the films we've made continue to make a difference. The films we made are also really important because they communicate to people who want to comment on disability, and they offer a chance to people who would not normally respond and to give a comment as well on disability and their own experiences of disability as well.
I've been totally blind since birth, but when I finish getting my music degree course, which I'm doing currently at the moment at City College Norwich, I'd really like to get a job in radio presenting. I've had this in mind since I was 10 years old, and to be honest with you, I can't really imagine myself doing anything else. I'd like to do the sort of shows where you play music, talk to perhaps musicians, anybody like that. I'm also into sports, so I'd like to do a sports show. I couldn't be a commentator, but somebody who introduces a sport. I'd also like to play goalball, which Chris mentioned earlier on. That would be really quite a fulfilling life, I reckon, ahead of me, if it works, of course.
My name is John and want to be an F1 driver for my future, and want to be Ferrari or McLaren.
My name is Frankie Reynolds. I'm 21 and my wish is to play professional football for Norwich City.
Well, I'm pleased to be joined by David Blunkett. Hello and welcome to the Youth Forum, David.
Well, thank you very much. I'm very happy to be interviewed and to talk with you.
Now, first of all, David, just tell us a little bit about yourself.
I was born in Sheffield, longer ago than I care to admit, and it was soon realised that I couldn't see, and they did the tests and found out that I hadn't got a tumour, but I got...
I like to become doing DJing and work. I'd like to work in the theatre again.
Cool. What production would you like to work on?
Like the summer show I did before, I'd like to carry on, but instead of doing it through the summer.
He said to me, how are you? It was when we'd lost 12-3, and I think he might have thought I went in there to cry, and I went in there and I was just standing. I would say, very importantly, that it's changed my outlook on disability. Before the Youth Forum, I used to think, well, who cares? I've got a disability. There's nothing that's going to happen about it, nobody can help me, who cares, basically. I wasn't really bothered about it, I wasn't bothered about talking about it, I just wanted to get on with life and do other things. But since I've joined the Youth Forum, I've realised that, I had to maybe talk about it because, it affects me, basically, it's part of me, and I think that now in the Youth Forum and at home, I tend to talk more about it or ask more questions about it because I become more interested in it, and I think that probably that's been my biggest change.
Do you think it's had an effect on you in terms of your confidence?
Yeah, probably, yeah. I mean, it's given me more opinions on disability, for example, which I didn't think I had before, and now I don't think I'd be afraid to talk about it and tell people what I think we need to make it a better place for disabled people.
Do you think it might have had an effect on your feeling about independence?
Yeah, I mean, it's something I've always wanted from a young age, to live independently and that, and I think that coming to this club has confirmed that in my mind, that it is really good if you can to live independently as much as possible, and it's also taught me that I can definitely do it. You know, I was quite confident in my mind that I could do it, but just talking about it has made me realise that yes, definitely I can do it, and I think that's really good.
In terms of this group and other groups you might have been to that are similar or different, what is the difference? Is there a difference? Is it the same? Do we do things differently? Tell me about that.
Well, I'm part of 2 visually impaired groups, or blind groups. Now, I mean, one massive change is that there's people with a whole range of disabilities that come here, which is very good. I mean, I think that's, obviously the 2 blind groups, they couldn't really, because they're, the name, it says it on the tin, doesn't it, really? It's for blind people, but for this group, I think it's right that there are people with all kinds of disabilities, and some people in the room, everybody has obviously got some form of disability, but some people's is less obvious than others, and they might not have a club to go to, a specific club, and I think that it's right that they have something like this for people who've got all kinds of disabilities, because they all fit in.
Do you like the way do you think it's important, I think was what I'm trying to ask, that we don't do stuff for you?
Oh God, yeah,
Tell
massively.
me a bit about that.
Well, you're there to give us the idea, give us possibly ideas, and we have to work on them and try and make them work and make them come out right. And I think that's very important that you do that, because it gives us a purpose. It gives us something to work for in the sessions. And at the end of the day, like this film at the moment, I couldn't imagine that we were going to get this far with it, and that in the time we've done so far. And I think that's very important. But you've given us the ideas, and we've been able to sort of take part in it and be as independent as possible in the process of making it.
It's had quite a big effect on me, because before I came, I was quite kind of shut away in my own shell, and I tended to try and ignore the world and just almost try and ignore problems. But the Youth Forum kind of showed me that I can have a viewpoint. I can aspire for things in society to be better. I can make a difference, and I can get out there and do things that I wouldn't usually consider doing myself. So, like, I don't know, making the films, I wouldn't usually have thought, oh yeah, that's a really good idea. But when suggested by the group, you think, actually, that's a pretty ace idea. I might go along with that. That's pretty fruity, and yeah, and it's a really nice, like, social occasion as well, because I've made quite a few friends through the Youth Forum, and they're people who I wouldn't usually associate myself with. So maybe someone who I don't know, maybe I never met someone who I'd never met before, who, I don't know, has a very similar condition to me, but has never come to any of the other groups, but came to this one because they thought it was different. And maybe because of that, you kind of get a picture of how the person you are, as well as other people.
I think I've become more confident and independent, because now that I've come to the Youth Forum, I've made friends, I've learned how to use a camera, and I've learned to do drama. But before coming to the Youth Forum, I would never have doubted I would have done that, because I would have just sat there all day and not done nothing, basically.
So it's been good?
Yeah.
How good?
Really good, it's been fantastic.
DJ?
Yeah.
You think back to life before the Youth Forum and now?
Yeah.
Does it feel any different?
No, it's different. I feel it's fine, because before I came out, I just sat in my bedroom, just not making friends, and from now it's better, because it's like you got to meet more friends, and you can get to talk to them.
What makes you really happy, Catherine?
Being able to go out and being able to do different things, and new challenges, meet new people.
Does the Youth Forum vary from other groups or clubs that you belong to?
Yes, it does. This is more of a campaign and more of trying to talk about disability with others, and the other's more of a social thing. This can be a bit of both, and yeah, so it is really different.
But you enjoy it?
Yeah, I really do enjoy it.
It's helped me understand more on how other people cope around different situations they have in life. That's about it, really. I mean, obviously, I've made some really good friends here, which is a bonus.
Do you think it's helped you with confidence and made you feel like you could be more independent?
For myself, no, but I've noticed with other people, their confidence has grown incredibly. But I'm a quite confident person already, really, so which is a good thing.
No, that's very interesting. It's a really good point. Do you go to any other clubs like this? I mean, are there any other things? I want to know what the difference is between what we do and what other people do.
Well, I don't go to any other disability clubs. Well, also I go to my wheelchair football club, but that's mainly for, obviously, to play my football. We take it quite seriously, so it's not really a youth club. But I haven't been to any youth clubs for quite a few years, and they were more mainstream, so non-disabled people. But I've never really been interested in joining any disability clubs before, so I can't really give an opinion on that, really.
So why did you join this one?
Well, I was invited to come about a year ago, and it just sounded different, and I fancied doing something different, and it sounded interesting, so I thought I'd go for it.
I think the biggest change in Faith since she started going to the Youth Forum is in her confidence in speaking to other adults. I've noticed she's more willing to put forward her point of view, and even in social settings with the family, she'll join in the adult conversations now where before she wouldn't, and she definitely knows her rights and what she wants to do, and she's more happy to put forward her views than she ever was before. I think that's the biggest change in her.
What, do you think that's just come about from coming to our group once a fortnight, or is it something else as well that's happened?
Before she started the forum, we were very much interested in expanding her horizons and getting her involved in other things, in meeting lots of other adults and lots of new people. And I think coming to the forum, and also she has a new carer that takes her out lots of different places. I think it's all come together to make her more confident and more independent.
Before Faith came to the Youth Forum, did she go to other groups at all like ours? I'm just trying to find out whether it's different, whether you think it's different what we do, or whether it's been different, the effect it's had on to other groups have had on her.
She was part of the Hamlet Centre and went to their youth club once a week, and she had done that for a number of years, but she's never done anything like the forum before, and I think the fact that she's treated like an adult has made a big difference to her, because I think that's something that the forum does do.
I think Faith's become more confident in herself and has become more willing to go out and try new experiences, and she's become more independent.
What effect has it had on your life, Faith, going to the forum?
It's affected me because we can now go out and do more things as a family with Faith, and it also gives our family time to go out and do things that we can't do with Faith there, that she finds hard. And it means there's more opportunities for us as a whole family to go and do things, because she is that much more willing to go out and do these new things.
I think he likes to have some responsibility in the plans of what's going to happen. He doesn't tell me a lot about what he does, but I get the feeling that he is involved in a way that he hasn't been with other organisations. I think he's got to put something in, definitely, and to make a contribution rather than to just have everything offered to him, as you've probably mentioned. I think the various different projects have appealed to him. For example, the interview with David Blunkett earlier this year. That was a wonderful opportunity. He had to think of what he was going to say. He had to work out how he was going to present the interview. And it's given him a responsibility, and I think possibly an added maturity that he didn't have before.
Well, the Youth Forum is different because there's a lot of people getting together and doing something positive to try and raise awareness of like sight impairment, like we're doing, and I think it's a really good idea to make friends and get socialised.
Youth Forum is great for making friends, actually for friends which I've made and haven't seen for a long time. So it boosts my confidence, it boosts my independence, it boosts my energy, me, just being who I am. It's been a complete change over.
Hi, I'm Eddie Depitan, and I'm really getting behind the Youth Forum. They're giving disabled people a voice. They're giving young people a voice. Really cool. Gave me a grilling over here.
Hi, I'm Kerry, and I just want to say thank you really to everyone at the Youth Forum for interviewing me. I just had a really lovely interview. It was very enjoyable to do, and it's great to be able to talk about issues that I really care about. I'd like to say a massive hello to everyone who couldn't make it, but everyone else who is in the group. And I think what the Youth Forum is doing is really progressive and really interesting, and it just all sounds fantastic. Thank you.
Well, anyone that wishes to come along to this club, well, it's not club, is it? To the forum, we'll be happy to have you, and hope you enjoy it, really.
It's good or bad? Or fun or not fun?
Well, it's fun, it's good, friendly, different, and obviously if we have different people that like different things, we try and cater for them people, so we do a bit of what everyone else likes. So we're like, obviously some people like doing film work, so obviously we make films. Some people like more drama, so we do drama stuff. I like my sport, and we're trying to do something around sport at some point. So obviously everyone gets an experience of everyone else's hobbies and stuff, which is good, because obviously if you like something, if someone else likes something that you didn't know you'd maybe like yourself, you can go away and try it, and you might think, wow, I like that, so you go away and do it, and well, it's good really.